Gaffer, another game to look ahead to and a chance to bounce back from Saturday's defeat.
Yeah, you're always looking for a bounce. I think the frame of mind of the players is positive. After Saturday's performance, there were a lot of encouragement in the way that they performed, and just a narrow defeat. The second goal, I think, in my opinion, it was suggestive of Rochdale being superior, but they weren't. They were very good in possession, actually goal scoring opportunities. We more than matched, and created our own. So the margin of a crossbar, a goal post has kept the scoreline, at 2-0 for the opponents. But really encouraged by the performance of the new players and the performance of the team. I thought it showed plenty of courage, commitment, energy, desire, and I think that's at least that the Bolton supporters and myself as a staff member expect.
Team news for tomorrow. We know we've got Luke Murphy back after suspension, but how's the rest of the squad looking? Is there any change?
Well, I think Dennis Politic's available, which is always good. Especially with us, not having Thibault. It was a difficult game for the new boys, under extreme pressure coming from non-league to be involved such early doors into the first team environment. They're probably two players that we'll probably use more so for the future. But Dennis is available. I think James Weir potentially could be available, but other than that, we're going with the players squad that we had available for Saturday, excluding Adam Chickson.
Looking at Lincoln City, what are you expecting from them tomorrow?
It's a tough game. It's a tough league. I think Lincoln are in steady progress. They've been on the unlucky trail themselves, or the disappointment with falling out of non-league, but the club been rebuilt off a massive fan base, and it is massive when you consider the size of Lincoln. 7,000 guaranteed home supporters on a Saturday afternoon. I'm not too sure about a Tuesday evening, so they've built a sustainable what it looks like footballing business model. Michael Appleton's gone in there, and I know Michael Appleton. He knows his onions. He knows with respect to the type of club that he's going into, and the type of expectations that were on him. So he's gone in there knowing that he's got a good squad. He's got a good opportunity to recruit players, spend money wisely, and make sure that he gets better results as the season progresses. But it's a difficult proposition for us, but one that we're embracing. Seeing plenty of encouragement from the players, their attitude, their application on the training pitch as we go into tomorrow's night's game.
You mentioned Adam Chickson, his contract expired this week, and what's the situation with him?
Well, it's not going to be renewed, but I'd like to thank him for all the efforts, all the commitment on the short-term deal that he was with us. But we're looking for a new sort of recruitment drive, and trying to make ourselves better over the remaining 22 games.
It's pretty common knowledge that I'm sure you're looking to strengthen the squad before the end of the window. What's the status on that? Is there any improvement on that front?
Well, improvement is we're in the process of making decisions. It's not just a manager's decision. It's a joint venture. It's a joint decision. There's a lot of proposals on the table. There's a lot of options. And we've got to get the right ones. We're not in a 24-hour window where we have to take what's available. We didn't in the last window. I know we only had 38, 40 hours to recruit, but we took the best options that we had that were available, and their players did magnificently for us. Again, it's an open window for the full month of January. So we have to make sure that we make the best decisions that we can on recruiting the right players. But it's always difficult to 100% guarantee success when you're recruiting players. My experience as a manager on recruiting players is there's probably 25% failure in recruitment. It seems a big margin, but it is actually realistic. If you get 75% right, then you're doing well. So there's no guarantees, but it's a joint decision that we're making on areas of the pitch where we do need to improve and become better. And if we can do that by recruiting players, then that's how we'll do it. If we have to do it, as we try and do it on a regular basis, by developing, by coaching, by the culture of the football club, well, we'll do it that way as well. And I think there's got to be a joint venture doing it both ways.
Yeah, people say January's a difficult window to operate in, but how much of a benefit is having a little bit more time to assess your options rather than the last window where you probably had a day and a half really?
Well, you want to be in front of yourself. You want to try and make sure that you've got the players lined up. We've got a list of players for every position, but there's obviously key areas of the pitch that we do want to and need to improve. I think that's obvious even to, the footballing novice. So for the astute, know your onions supporters, it's easy to fathom out what we're weak. So we need to be stronger. We need to be a stronger individual. We need to be stronger on recruitment, which gives us a better platform to win football matches and create success. And success after success creates even more success, playing success. So we've got to be patient, but we've got to get the right players, and with respect to the remit of more than one person. That more than one person is not about the manager anymore. It's about a collective effort to get the right people in to make us stronger, and that's what we want to be: stronger, more efficient, better prepared to get better results. And it's just a process that we're going through, but it's an enjoyable process. At times it can be frustrating, but it's the right process that we're bringing to the table.
You mentioned it in your interview at Rochdale on Saturday that everyone's got to be pulling in the right direction. How important is that, particularly given our current situation?
It's really important. You don't start pulling in the right direction because you're successful. The pull in the right direction is a collaboration of every unit of the football club, every asset coming together in your hour of need. When you're at your most weakest, when you're at your most vulnerable, that's where you get success, that's where you build success. We've got to continue with that methodology, that mantra that was created because of the administration. We shouldn't drive away from that now. We should all be there, planted in the siege mentality. And that's all I was doing. I wasn't trying to criticise anybody, in any shape, way or form. And if I have criticised or people have been offended by what I say, I do apologise. Because if I've done something wrong, then I have to accept responsibility. And I'm not afraid to shoulder any type of responsibility for this football club because I want it to be successful. I'm trying to build a successful future, but I have to deal with the present circumstances, the present difficulties to create that footballing future, that great successes. And I want people, when I'm at my most vulnerable, to support me, to show how hard, how strong they're going to be to make sure that we become an immovable force.